A very good morning to all of you students. This is English session and we are dealing with supplementary reader book. In that we have started unit number 4, that is the Kingdom of Fools. Unit is full of moral and fun, as well as you will get a message from this unit too. It is a story of one kingdom where king and all the ministers were idiot. Means they king and all that were fool people, and they didn't know that how to rule the kingdom. They announced day into night and night into day, and people started following the order. Otherwise, they also announced that if they won't follow that order, they will be punished, and that punishment is death. So people of that kingdom were afraid of death. That's why they started following the order or command of the king. Now what happened? One day, one guru and his disciple came to that town, that kingdom. They saw that there were no person in the market or in the street in daytime. As soon as day over, as soon as evening started, people started doing their work. So that thing made them surprised. After that, they came to know that there were all the things were very cheap. Means one do all the thing cost. So the disciple was very much pleased or delighted with the atmosphere of that kingdom. But his guru was very wise. He advised disciple not to be part of this kingdom, as this kingdom was full of foolish people. And he also advised that these kind of things would make them in trouble. It means he also advised that if they stayed there, they would land trouble for them. So up to this we have discussed. Now let's see what they both, guru and disciple, did. Whether they left the kingdom or not. Whether guru alone left the kingdom or disciple stayed there. Let's see that. Please keep a textbook with you. We are on page number 20. First paragraph. But the disciple wouldn't listen to the guru's wisdom. He wanted to stay. The guru finally gave up and said, "Do you want? I am going," and left. The disciple stayed on, ate his fill every day, bananas, ghee, rice, wheat, and grew fat like a street-side sacred bull. So that guru told disciple not to be there, not to stay there. But disciple would not ready to leave that kingdom. So guru alone left that kingdom. Disciple was there. He stayed there. He was enjoyed the atmosphere of kingdom, and he just ate all the things, bananas and rice and ghee, wheat and all the things, and disciple became very fat. Disciple grew fat like a street side sacred bull. Means disciple looked like a bull after eating so many things. One bright day, a thief broke into a rich merchant house. Now one thing happened there. There was one thief, and that thief broke into rich merchant's house. Means that thief came to merchant house for theft. He had made a hole in the wall and sneaked in, and as he was carrying out his loot, the old house collapsed on his head and killed him on the spot. So that thief was just going into that house and for that he made a hole in the wall and he sneaked in. Sneaked in means went in. As he was carrying out his loot. So he was successful in looting everything. So when he was carrying out his loot, the wall of the old house collapsed on his head. So the wall of that old house collapsed means fell down on that thief's head and killed him on the spot. And that thief was killed on that spot. His brother ran to the king and complained. So that thief was killed there. So now what happened? The brother of that thief went to the king and he complained. Your Highness, when my brother was pursuing his ancient trade, a wall fell on him and killed him. See, look at the limitation of foolishness. One thief's brother was going to complain about the thief. Means he was telling his brother was pursuing his ancient trade. It means he didn't have any kind of fear that they were thieves. That thief didn't have that fear. So he just complained that when his brother had been pursuing the ancient trade, a wall fell on him and killed him. This merchant is to blame. He should have built a good, strong wall. You must punish the wrongdoer and compensate the family for the injustice. So this complaint thief's brother did to king. He told that merchant's wall was so old and so weak. So merchant was to blame. The real criminal was not a thief, but the real criminal was merchant. He should have built a good strong wall. Instead of blaming thief, that thief's brother was blaming merchant and he was telling that merchant should have built strong wall. You must punish the wrongdoer. Wrongdoer means a person who do wrong things. Here we have this wrongdoer word. You must punish the wrongdoer and compensate the family for this injustice. And he also demanded some compensation for that thief's family. The king said, justice will be done, don't worry, and at once summoned the owner of the house. As we all know that the king was foolish. He was just idiot. So he just listened the things of this thief's brother and he just passed someone and he called that house, owner of that house. When the merchant arrived, the king questioned him. Finally, that merchant arrived into the court and he was standing before the king. At that time, king just asked some questions to him. What's your name? The first question king asked. Such and such, your highness. See, that merchant name is such and such. Very weird name it is. So that merchant's name is such and such. Highness word is used for king. Means highness means this word is used to give respect to king. Were you at home when the dead man burglar your house? The accused pleads guilty. So another question king asked that this theft was being done in your house. At that time, were you there in the house? The accused. Accused is another word. It means a person charged with crime. So the real criminal according to king was that merchant. Your wall killed this man's brother. You have murdered a man. We have to punish you. Instead of punishing that thief, here king is punishing that merchant. And what was the merchant's mistake? His mistake is his wall was weak. So king just told that because of your weak wall, that thief was killed, and that's why merchant has to be punished. Lord, said the helpless merchant, I didn't put up the wall. It's really the fault of the man who built the wall. So here merchant was very guilty. Means he was feeling confused. He was so confused. So he just told that king that it was not his mistake. It was that man who built the wall. He didn't build it right. You should punish him. See, merchant was also foolish here. So he told that it was not his mistake. It was the mistake of that man who built that wall. He didn't build that wall right way. That's why this wall just pulled down, and for that he suggested to punish that man. Who is that? My lord, this wall was built in my father's time. I know the man. He is an old man now. He lives nearby. So this way, merchant just blamed this murder to that man who has built a wall. So king ordered to call that man who has built that wall, and he just told that, call that person. Merchant told that it was not he but that man, and this wall was built at the time of my grandfather. So now that man means, I think, mason. Mason means a person who just build a house and all. So that person was very old and he lived nearby. That thing that merchant told. The king sent out messengers to bring in the bricklayer who had built the wall. They brought him tied hand and foot. Now another thing happened. King ordered to just bring that bricklayer, means that person who built that wall. You there, did you build the man's wall in his father's time? So finally that bricklayer means that person was there in the courtyard, and king asked him if he had built that wall or not. Yes, my lord, I did. So that old man accepted that, yes, he did that thing. What kind of wall is this that you built? It has fallen on a poor man and killed him. You have murdered him. You have to punish you by death. So now that king ordered that to punish that bricklayer. He told that you have, means that bricklayer had made very weak wall, and that's why that wall had just fallen on a poor man, and because of that poor man was killed. So as a result, as you just didn't build that wall properly, you will be punished by death. That was spoken by that king. Before the king could order the execution, the poor bricklayer pleaded. Pleaded means requested. Now that poor bricklayer was afraid and he requested the king, "Please listen to me before you give your orders. It's true I built this wall and it was no good, but that was because my mind was not on it." Now another twist we have in the story, that bricklayer, that old man told that please listen to his words. He admitted that he hadn't built that wall properly, but it was not his fault. At that time his mind was out of somewhere. I remember very well a dancing girl who was going up and down that street all day with her anklet jingling, and I couldn't keep my eyes or my mind on the wall I was building. "You must get that dancing girl. I know where she lives." See how fool these people are. Now that bricklayer was telling that when he was building that wall, at that time one dancing girl was passing through that street oftenly, and because of the jingling sound of her anklet, that man couldn't pay attention in his work, and because of that he was not able to build that wall properly. Means, can you imagine how much or which kind of foolishness we can see here in this story? So by saying this, he just blamed that dancing girl, and he also told that he knows where that dancing girl lived. So you are right, the case depends. We must look into it. It is not easy to judge such complicated cases. Let's get that dancer wherever she is. So as we all know that the king was so much foolish, so he just accepted this fact which was told by that bricklayer, and he told that yes, you were right, that real criminal was not bricklayer, but real criminal was that dancing girl, and he just ordered to catch that dancing girl. The dancing girl, now an old woman, came trembling to the court. So that dancing girl was not at all a young lady. Now she became an old woman. So she just came to court trembling. "Did you walk up and down the street many years ago while this poor man was building a wall? Did you see him?" So these questions were asked to that dancing girl by the king, and king asked that if she had walked on the street when this bricklayer was making a wall. "Yes, my lord, I remember it very well." And she also accepted, and she told that she had remembered that very well. "So you did walk up down with your anklet jingling. You were young and you distracted him, so he built a bad wall." So here the king explained everything to that woman. He explained that because of your twinkling sound of or jingling sound of your anklet, this man distracted, and because of that he just built a poor wall. So according to king, now real criminal was that lady. "It has fallen on a poor burglar and killed him, but you have killed an innocent man. You will have to be punished." And because of that, one poor burglar means a thief. So because of this, the king told that dancing girl, "Because of you, one poor thief was just killed, so you have to be punished." That was the order for dancing girl. Please you note down these words. After that we'll go further. Here we can see the highness of foolishness. Means one person had committed that theft, and instead of punishing them, king was busy, or king was discussing that rubbish things. So here we can see that how foolish they are. Okay, next is she thought for a minute and said, "My lord, wait, I know now why I was walking up and down that street. I had given some gold to the goldsmith to make some jewelry for me. He was a lazy scoundrel. He made so many excuses, said he would give it now and he would give it then, and so on all day." Now this lady was very sharp-minded, so he just excused, or he just blamed that crime to another person, and she just told that, "My lord, wait, I know now why I was walking up and down that street." She knows that why she was walking down and up in the street. I had given some gold to the goldsmith to make some jewelry for me. So she told that she had given some gold to goldsmith, and she wanted to make jewelry out of it. He was lazy scoundrel. Here he means that jewelry person, means that goldsmith, and she told that goldsmith was a lazy person. He made so many excuses and said he would give it now and he would give it then, and so on all day. He made me walk up and down to his house a dozen times. So that goldsmith was making excuses. He told that he would give it now and he would give it then. Because of that lady said, "I had to walk up and down to the street." That was when this bricklayer saw me. "It's not my fault, my lord. It's the damn goldsmith's fault." Damn means here very bloody. It's an abusive student. Means not good. So she told that it was not her fault, it was that goldsmith's fault. "Poor thing, she is absolutely right," thought the king, weighing the evidence. "We have got the real culprit at last. Get the goldsmith wherever he is hiding at once." Now this foolish person was announced, means that king announced to catch goldsmith, and he just told that lady was not a culprit. Real culprit was that goldsmith, and he ordered to catch that goldsmith wherever he was. The king's bailiffs searched for the goldsmith, who was hiding in a corner of his shop. When he heard the accusation against him, he had his own story to tell. Here we have that word bailiff. It means a law officer who makes sure that the decisions of a court are obeyed. I mean supervisor, something like supervisor. So that goldsmith was trembling of fear, and as we know that he had his own story. Means here each and every person was like a foolish people. Now this goldsmith will make another story of him, and he will excuse, or he will just give another story and he will give this charge on other person. So this way this foolish story of a people will continue. This is for today's video, student. We will continue this story in next unit, and this will be a very interesting as well as comedy story. This is a long story. I know that you will definitely love this story, and that disciple and that guru will be there in this story again. Okay, so stay connected. Now it's time to give you homework. You have to write the new words of this unit. We'll meet again in next video with the continuation of this story. Stay connected, stay safe. Bye.